Exodus chapter 21. These are the laws that you must present before them. When you acquire a Hebrew servant, they shall serve you for 6 years, and in the 7th year, they shall be set free without payment. If the servant came alone, they shall leave alone. If they were married, their spouse shall leave with them. If the master had given the servant a wife and she has borne children, the wife and her children shall belong to the master, and the servant shall leave on their own. But if the servant declares, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I do not wish to go free, then the master shall present them to the judges, bring them to the door or the doorpost, and pierce their ear with an awl. Thus they shall serve the master for life. When a man sells his daughter as a maidservant, she shall not be released as male servants are. If she displeases her master who had intended to marry her, he shall let her be redeemed. He has no right to sell her to a foreign people, for he has broken faith with her. If the master designates her for his son, he must deal with her according to the customary rights of daughters. If the master takes another wife, he must not reduce the food, clothing, or marital rights of the first wife. And if he fails in these 3 obligations, she shall depart free, without payment of money. Whoever strikes a man so that he dies must surely be put to death. But if it was not premeditated, and God allowed it to happen, then I will designate for you a place where the killer may flee. Yet if someone schemes and deliberately kills another person, take them away from my altar and put them to death. Whoever strikes their father or mother must surely be put to death. Whoever kidnaps a person, whether they have sold them or the victim is still in their possession, must surely be put to death. Whoever curses their father or mother must surely be put to death. When men quarrel and one strikes the other with a stone or with their fist, and the injured party does not die but is confined to bed, then the one who struck shall be cleared, provided they compensate for the loss of time and ensure full recovery. If a man strikes his servant or his maidservant with a rod and they die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. However, if the servant survives for a day or 2, there shall be no punishment, for the servant is the master's property. When men fight and one strikes a pregnant woman, and her children are born prematurely but there is no further injury, he shall surely be fined as the husband shall impose on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if there is further injury, then you shall award life for life. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a hand for a hand, a foot for a foot. Burns for burns, wounds for wounds, stripes for stripes. If a man strikes the eye of his servant, or the eye of his maidservant, and destroys it, he shall let them go free in compensation for the eye. And if he knocks out the tooth of his servant, or the tooth of his maidservant, he shall let them go free in compensation for the tooth. If an ox gores a man or a woman to death, the ox shall surely be stoned, and its flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the ox shall go unpunished. If, however, the ox had been accustomed to gore in the past and its owner has been warned, yet he did not confine it, and it kills a man or a woman, the ox shall be stoned, and its owner shall also be put to death. If a ransom is imposed on him, then he shall pay the redemption for his life, whatever is imposed on him. Whether the ox gores a son or a daughter, this shall be done to him according to this same rule. If the ox gores a male or female servant, the owner shall pay 30 shekels of silver to the master of the servant, and the ox shall be stoned. If a man opens a pit or digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or a donkey falls into it, the owner of the pit shall make restitution. They shall give money to its owner, and the dead animal shall be theirs. If one man's ox hurts another so that it dies, they shall sell the live ox and divide its price, and they shall also divide the dead animal. If, however, it is known that the ox had been accustomed to gore in the past, and its owner has not confined it, he must surely pay ox for ox, and the dead animal shall be his own.